All right, this is our second video guide to assignment bingo. This one's going to get a little more into detail about strategies and what you can earn by doing this. So again, your bingo board is down here. You can pick and choose your assignments any way you want to. However, there is some incentive to having a bit of a plan. So here you'll see it says choose a goal or path for your bingo board play by selecting to go for a digital badge. That would be these items right here. You can earn 1, 2, or even go for the whole thing. I'm not sure what it would take to do that, but you could try. Once you have them, so once you have your digital badge, it'll be given to you, usually through your email or something. And then you can add it to your email signature line, your resume, your digital portfolio. You can print it out, put it on the fridge, et cetera, et cetera. So the idea of planning a way to play to achieve certain badges is, based on what you want to get out of this process. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different badges, and these badges are tied directly to skills. And these are not just school skills. These are welcome to life, everyday skills. So if we're going to look at it in detail, and I'll try not to take too long, but just to help you guys out, and you can stop me and fast forward me at will. So these are things that are required to get through life: parenting, going to the grocery store, planning a vacation, budgeting, owning your own business, working for somebody else. So these are things that will help you all the way through your existence. So we have various ones. So you can see here where it says creativity and innovation, there's the badge. And the badge at the bottom says very clearly what it was earned for. So it's going to be this information right here. And it'll say so on the bottom of your badge, so that if anyone were to view your badge, they would know what you got it for. And each badge comes with its goal, with its skills and or requirements, a skill or a way of thinking or a concept. And then it comes with how to earn this badge, so the evidence. So for the creative and innovation badge, you're going to be using things called divergent, convergent, abstract, and or imaginative thinking in your tools and methods to accomplish your product or solve a problem. So come up with a solution. So these are different ways of thinking, and they'll be discussed in class. So you can also look them up. But to earn this badge, you have to attempt a minimum of 1 code-based assignment. On the current playing board, there's only 2 at the moment anyhow. So Scratch block coding right here. This is for those who already have played and know the program, or play to learn Scratch block coding. Now, do keep in mind, if you end up really liking this, you can also go to your own digital project and use your coding for that. But for this badge, you need to have 1 of these guys, so probably play to learn, plus 2 pink or purple assignments. Don't care which ones, it's up to you, 2 pink or purple. Now, ultimately, in order to achieve the badge, you have to have attempted all 3 of these assignments and submitted work. And the ultimate or final score that's in your game board needs to reflect at least a 2.5 or better, which means once you've turned it in, if the 2.5 is not what happened the first time it was turned in, or you weren't finished and you had to submit because you were up against the wall, that's fine. You've submitted, score's been put in, comments were made. So go back in now and go clean up your work, iterate it a little bit, read the comments and make adjustments and turn it back in again. Remember, I will score anything more than once until you get the score that you want. As long as you have 1 code-based assignment and 2 pink or purples at a 2.5 or better, you've pretty much proven at this juncture that you've got a handle on some form of unique thinking pattern. So again, divergent, convergent, abstract or imaginative, in the way you think, the tools you utilized, or the way that you created your solution. So the way you got to your solution and designed it. All right. So that's an in-depth version. So you have initiative and perseverance. So being self-driven to find answers and solutions, working through failure and struggle, seeking out your own learning as needed, and remembering and learning how to ask for help. There's nothing wrong with asking for help. This guy requires a minimum of 3 yellow projects. This is going to be a hard one to earn because the yellow projects are large. They require some time and a lot of effort and a whole gambit of different skills. So you have find an Instructables activity, Imagineering in a box with Khan Academy and Pixar. That one looked really fun. It's a big class in there. The Adulting Project Management has 2 Google Applied Skills tasks to complete, plus an entire project to create. This one is going over to the Dyson Design Challenge and selecting a project and then doing the project and completing the template or working through the template. This one is going to my website, and there's plenty of design projects right there they do. So they're not small projects. You need 3 of them to earn this guy. However, that could be adjusted later on as I see what you do across the playing board. So we'll see. Now, if you're really focused, because I heard a lot of people say that they want more skills for being a grown-up besides the ones that are right here, then for your game plan, you might want to focus almost 100% on the adulting projects. 3 or more of these will earn you this digital badge. And the adulting projects are all different colors, but they say adulting in them. A large percentage of them are going to be blue. So you have an adulting here, 3 right there, another one here. Let's go back out a little here so we're not. So you can see that the adulting projects, almost all of them are in blue. And then you have 1 yellow. So the nice thing is your adulting badge is going to work real nice along with your tech badge, because if you're primarily a tech student, you take the adulting pathway, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, possibly 7 assignments, 8 assignments. And you only need technically 6 because there's only 6 rounds of play, folks. So look at that, 6 rounds. So basically you need 6 assignments per course. So 6 for drawing and painting, 6 for your tech course, which is nice because the willingness and effort badge is that you attempt and try and revise and continue to improve upon whatever tasks you pick. So basically you do the minimum number of assignments required for each round. So that's willingness and effort. You're willing to play and you're putting in some effort. We have a communication badge. So this is definitely something that you will be doing your entire life. Blind, deaf, mute, it doesn't matter. You'll be communicating, maybe not with video and audio, but you will be communicating. So communication involves using presentation tools such as video, audio, or email, including conversation, of course, to convey information, ideas, or experiences so that others can learn, experience, grow, and possibly participate. When it comes to communication, the burden is on the communicator to make sure that the listener or viewer understands. So when you're communicating, the total burden of responsibility is on you. Just like making sure that I am as clear as possible when I'm teaching and try and present as many different ways as possible for you to help to achieve what it is you're after. So constantly revising things. So communication is a huge skill that there's no employer on the planet that doesn't look for this, because you will have to communicate with your boss, your employees, your vendors, your shopkeepers, your advertiser, your management and marketer person, your web designer. You're going to have to communicate all the time in multiple forms, in video conferences, in videos that you design, audio for those people who need extra support, email, phone calls, etc. This is not a negotiable skill to have. Graphic design is everywhere. Whether you're working for someone or you're doing your own business or you're teaching. Graphic design is all over. It's the visual combination of images and words or letters to create a way to communicate. Here's that communicate again, guys. And the skills that are distinctly involved with this are typography, so fonts, color, placement, space value, alignment, hierarchy, form, shape, and texture. This can be as simple as, how do you put up a decent looking sign on your door that says you're out to lunch for 30 minutes for your business? It can also be as complicated as creating an interface online for your web page. A web page will make or break whether a person even comes to your business, especially right now, because we go to everybody's web pages first most of the time. So being able to understand and utilize these skills, typography, color, placement, space, value, alignment, hierarchy, form, shape, and texture, impact every aspect of your existence. So it is not a foolhardy thing to try and go for things that'll get you that. And it looks like it's only a minimum of 3 projects that have this kind of skill involved. So we've talked about adulting, initiative and perseverance, willingness to effort, communication, and graphic design. Now you can design your play, because you can see here it says minimum of 3, minimum of 2, blah, 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 as you look at your board. I'm going to go into the last one in just a minute, but for right now, so you decide what you want. If you want to get a graphic design and a communication for sure, then you need a minimum of 3 projects where art and graphic design are utilized as part of the creation. So pretty much it's going to be any of the pinks, probably any of the purples, any project that involves videoing, so video or audio. So some of the techie guys. Let's see, probably some of your art projects, at least the comic one. So graphic design and graphic novel and storytelling in a comic strip, that one's going to include it. And anything where you have to produce a presentation. So if you have to produce something to present, a slide deck, a website, a blog, those projects are going to get you this graphic design, because all of these skills are going to be required in the end to make this project a 2.5 or better. So you would plan accordingly. Okay, I want the graphic design. I want communication because I want to go into a field where I have to talk to people. Maybe you want to be a salesman or you want to run your own business. So you're going to pick your communication ones. If your goals are to get better at being an adult, like I said, pick your adulting projects or anything that involves learning how to use the Google tools, but adultings are pretty obvious. So pick those and just plan your board accordingly. You basically need 6 assignments, 1 per round, A through F, because final round is round F, to complete. And remember, the yellow box ones are bigger, so you have actually longer to do those. So that can actually count as a 2-week assignment. You just have to submit something every single Sunday. So for the last one that's on the board, I'm going to zoom in and then I'll zoom back out, is your bravery and productivity one. Now, this is a very unique badge in the fact that it straight up involves taking a huge amount of risk. So the bravery and productivity skills that you're going to learn, and if you're going to be an influencer, that's your goal. You want to be an entrepreneur. You want to run your own business, whatever it is, whether it's a mechanic shop or an online fashion designing business, it doesn't matter. Being brave and productive is huge, followed by initiative and perseverance, because those things you're going to fail at a lot. You're going to learn from every single failure you make, and you will learn more every time you fail than every time you succeed. And your successes are going to come after a long, hard, struggling road. So if those are your goals in life, to be an influencer, an entrepreneur, a multi-billionaire, you're going to need to have some skills in this area. You want to go for the bravery and productivity, initiative, and perseverance path. So bravery and productivity is stretching into new areas, learning to work with uncertainty, which you guys are all going to be doing on this board because there's very few directions. Practicing and learning from your failures, exploring and taking risks. And you can see that this goes very well with your initiative and perseverance. Self-driven to find answers and solutions, working through failure and struggle, up here also. Seeking out your own learning as needed, again, something the same. And learning to ask for help, another thing. So for bravery and productivity, the way you play this badge to earn it is you have to go for a bingo, a legit bingo on the board. So zooming back out so we can see our board, to go for the bravery and productivity challenge, you have to decide, do I want to go for a bingo across the board? So from the left side to the right. And what row do I want to go for? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And you can see that these big projects are right here at the end. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be project 6 if you take the 2 bottom rows. If you take the 2 top rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, play to learn is going to be your responsibility in the first 2 top rows. So you will have to do this one. If you take the middle row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you just go all the way across. The reason it's brave is because you're going to do the assignment whether or not you like it, whether or not you feel comfortable with it, whether or not you have any idea how to use this tool. You're going to do it because you're brave. And you decided to go for a bingo across the board. So that is the brave one. So you can catch your bingo across the board. You can get your bingo going down. Now note here, you have 1, 2, 3 projects. This is a 2-weeker, so possibly longer depending. This would only cover 3 of your activities, or 4 weeks. So you'd still need 2 other badges or 2 other things to do if you pick this final column to go down. And in your second one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So your second column, you can get your 5 rather quickly. So keeping in mind, if you go with down, you're going to need to pick 1 other project out and about somewhere, unless there's a yellow in there, in order to accomplish your 6 things, or 12, depending. You have a purple here, which is nice because your purples can count for both tech and art, and you turn the URL into both places. And the last option, of course, is to play diagonal. So you start at the top corner and you go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here it gets fuzzy, 5. So there's 5, and then you could probably decide where you want your 6, or you go this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here would be your 6, or here, or here. So those are your choices. So if you're planning the bravery and productivity badge, be prepared to go for a full bingo. There may be a reward of some kind of gift card or financial incentive for those who go for bingo and actually achieve it. It won't be a lot of them because I'm not made of money, but I'll do my best. So that's your overview for creating an achievement plan using your bingo board. No matter how you play the board, you're going to earn multiple badges. It's almost impossible not to earn more than 1, but we'll find out as we play. So enjoy your play. Remember, you can plan your rounds in advance by submitting your form early. So if you know you want to do your own digital project, your own drawing and painting, or an assignment from a previous semester, you will need to submit using a separate form first to get approval before you put it onto the main form, which is right here. Happy gameplay, guys.